The Quarries Partnership Team is a way of bringing stakeholders together to allow us to work together to address the risks from dust in quarries. It includes members from industry, trade unions, trading associations, who all bring their particular interests and views and knowledge together so we can pool and hopefully work better together than we can separately.
Initially, they wanted to focus on respirable crystalline silica. They perceived that to be a high risk in the quarrying industry. But very early on we said, well, we need to broaden it to look at dust in general. And whilst respirable crystalline silica is still a focus of the HSC, if you control all dust, you will control the silica, and that's formed the basis of our work since.
The Quarries Partnership Team was looking for a way of presenting this information in a simple and easy to understand way.
The HSC were aware of our Safety Essentials film, and so they approached us directly and said, look, we like that concept, how do we go about it? And we put them in touch with the various people that they needed to speak to get that produced.
We felt that a cartoon was the ideal way of getting the message across in an entertaining way that engaged with the target audience. It also allowed us to demonstrate the behaviours that we didn't want people to do in a way that didn't put people at risk. We then intercut this with live action, which showed how the tasks should be done in order to control the risk safely.
All of the Quarries Partnership Team members were involved in the development of the animations, and that involved developing the scenarios, the activities that were of high risk of silica exposure, identifying the sites for the live filming and agreeing all of the key messages. So it was a real team effort.
Since it was launched, the Stop Dust Before It Stops You video has been downloaded more than 5,000 times from YouTube, which shows the degree of interest there is out there for the information in this video.
The industry have been very active in the use of the animations, using it in induction days, in in-house training programs, trade associations on their silica awareness courses. So generally the uptake of the animations has been fantastic.
One of our long-serving drivers had a bit of an issue with some flaky skin on the side of his right-hand side of his neck behind his ear. So he went to his doctors, and then following some tests, they found out that it was actually skin cancer.
I did some research and found that, particularly in America, they've done a lot of research there and found that drivers, albeit on the left-hand side of the vehicle, obviously, and left-hand side of their bodies, had experienced skin cancer in significant numbers when they did their research. And this had also been taken up by Cancer Research in the UK. And they had identified that although the windscreen is laminated and stops the UVB rays and UVA rays, which are both the harmful rays for skin cancer, the side windows, because they're not laminated, they do not stop the UVA rays, which penetrate deeper into the skin and cause lasting damage and can lead, of course, to skin cancer.
So we spoke to our local company that does replacement windscreens when we have chipped windscreens, etc. And they said they did have a solution, which is a film that can be applied to the inside of the window. The actual cost of this is below £100 per vehicle.
We're very pleased to have done this because it's been appreciated greatly by the drivers, and we feel it's important to not just be looking at safety around the vehicle in isolation, but also be looking at the health and safety of the driver. Yeah, the hope is that other companies will adopt this across the industry and indeed in other industries, and ultimately that manufacturers will take heed and start to fit it in the factory.